What's good, everyone? This is Assad from thecoalition.com, and this is Watch Dogs. This was released following a lot of hype from Ubisoft, and it would be one of the games that would take us into the new generation of video gaming, with the PS4 and the Xbox One being released. What we saw in the E3 demo a while ago, it would be a testament as to what the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 can do. It had a lot of visual flair to it, much more visual flair than what we have here. Dynamic lighting, depth of field, dynamic shadows, all kinds of special effects. And this is the PC version, so you'd think that the PC version would come out stronger than it would on its console counterparts. Come the final release, the game still looks really good, don't get me wrong. But compared to what we saw on E3, it's a bit of a visual downgrade. There's none of the dynamic lighting, no depth of field, and hopefully it will rain in a second. Yes, there we go. In the E3 demo, the rain, it would respond accordingly with the lighting effects. Is it raining? Yes, it is. Okay. It would respond accordingly with the environment and the lighting. It would actually look and feel like actual rain. It would look almost as impressive as the rain effects in Crysis 3. So unfortunately, visually, I really don't think this is the game that will take us into the new generation of gaming, graphics-wise. See, look how bland and ordinary the water effects there are. It's a shame, really, because visually it can be done on the earlier PS3 and Xbox One. I really don't think that is showing off this current generation very well. So was this game visually and purposefully, was this game purposefully downgraded visually? Well, a modder who goes by the name of TheWorse recently released a fix for this game, and it would reintroduce all those visual effects that you saw in the E3 demo back into the game. You'd see all the depth of field, the global lighting, the dynamic shadows, everything, and it would make the game look much more impressive. Much more impressive than what it is now. So without further ado, I am going to reboot this game with the mod on, and I'm going to show you how it looks. Be back in a sec. Alright, so here's the game again, with the mod installed, and as you can see there's been a few changes. Notice how the foreground here has been blurred. The game now has a bokeh depth of field. The water's changed also. Don't know if you can see that, but look how much more realistic it looks. The rain is heavier in density. Look how it's reacting to the surface. See the raindrops splashing on the ground? And you can even see that the surface is now much wetter. It looks like an actual wet surface. Lighter sources affect the surface as well, and you can see materials. And it's even splashing on the car there. Look at Aiden's coat and this umbrella. Light sources being affected by the wet surfaces, and light sources that are not affected by wet surfaces. Let's drive around and see what else we can see. Light sources here. Puddles being formed by the rain, and you can see reflections in them too. So you get the gist of it. All the effects that were in the E3 2012 demo are now back in their rightful place. This is what was presented to us at E3 2012, and for whatever reason, Ubisoft decided to take them out. This is what stirred up the controversy, because people saw a difference between the 2012 demo and the 2013 demo, because this controversy has been going on for some time now, even before the game was released. But now, thanks to TheWorse, it's nice to see that the game has looked, it now looks the way it did when it was shown to us. Because that's what got people excited, the way the game looked. It showed off what the newer generation was capable of. However, this has become contrary to what Ubisoft stated, that they didn't downgrade the graphics. Now, recently, Ubisoft actually acknowledges the existence of the mod. Looks like crimes afoot, let's deal with that in a sec. Ubisoft actually acknowledges the existence of the mod, and they released a statement on the website regarding this mod. So we're going to have a read of that now and hear what they have to say. And I quote, "The dev team is completely dedicated to getting the most out of each platform, so the notion that we would actively downgrade quality is contrary to everything we've set out to achieve. We test and optimize our games for each platform on which they're released, striving for the best possible quality. The PC version does indeed contain some old unused render settings that were deactivated for a variety of reasons, including possible impacts on visual fidelity, stability, performance, and overall gameplay quality. Modders are usually creative and passionate players, and while we appreciate their enthusiasm, the mod in question, which uses those old settings, subjectively enhances the game's visual fidelity in certain situations, but also can have various negative impacts. This could range from performance issues, to difficulty in reading the environment in order to appreciate the gameplay, to potentially making the game less enjoyable or even unstable. Thanks for playing Watch Dogs, and stay safe on the mean streets of Chicago, the Watch Dogs team." So there you have it. Ubisoft did indeed acknowledge the existence of the mod, and they do acknowledge that there are old files that they used in the E3 2012 demo. They were removed due to stability and performance issues, apparently. Kind of ironic they should say that, since I'm using this mod and I don't see much of a problem. There's stuttering here and there, but that's in the game. That's not the mod's fault. There was stuttering before I even installed this mod, or even heard of the mod. So it begs to wonder, why were these files taken out in the first place when they don't really affect anything? I think these files should have been extra options within the graphics menu, and I think Ubisoft should have continued updating these extra features with patches to improve performance. However, even before Ubisoft's statement was released, this was uncovered, which made this PR disaster from Ubisoft even worse. And to me, this was where the line was crossed. Okay, so what we have here is the coding for Watch Dogs, and it was uncovered by a Guru 3D forum user who goes by the name of Styx. And let's just skip the details. If you look at line 51, it's rather an offensive comment, actually. It's caused a lot of controversy and people are still talking about it now. This is PC only. Who cares? So, as you can probably imagine, this comment caused one hell of a stir amongst people all over the web regarding this game. On the PC side, people were completely furious at this. This was undeniable proof that they did indeed gimp the PC version graphically in order to suit the consoles, and this was a complete blanket term to offend all PC gamers. And on the other side, maybe this comment was taken out of context, maybe they didn't mean any offense by it, maybe it was in regards to the coding itself, where it didn't have to be implemented. Either way, it's not going to help Ubisoft's reputation, because it's been damaged heavily by the Watch Dogs controversy. It's going on for a few months now. Even before Watch Dogs, Ubisoft has been rather vindictive towards consumer opinions and their fan bases. Would you mind getting out of my way, please? Anyway. Ubisoft need to be on complete damage control. Because what the Six found from the 3D Guru forms and what TheWorse found is not going to help Ubisoft's reputation. And this is contrary. What they found, both of them, was undeniable proof that it was contrary to what Ubisoft said, that they didn't downgrade the graphics. In this case, they did. Did Ubisoft intentionally lie? Maybe. I think it was a case of Ubisoft overestimating the potential that the new consoles had. And not to mention the fact that they had to cater to the old consoles as well. I don't think it could handle any depth of field or dynamic lighting, shadows, all that kind of stuff. I would like to game without the drama, enjoy the game without anyone becoming so venomous towards each other, but as a consumer I can't really avoid that, because it affects me too. The quality of the games that I purchase from these companies may not live to what was initially presented to me, which means I feel like I've been conned. Did Ubisoft con me out of well, actually, I didn't actually buy this game. This came with my GTX upgrade. But for others, they feel like they've been conned. That what they have now was a half-assed version of what was presented to them before. I would like to game, like I said, without the drama. It affects us all, really. Not just me in particular. It affects anyone who's enjoying what who used to enjoy rather what Ubisoft presented. It's rather a disappointing and worrying sign that this has become their attitude towards their consumer base. It's like Ubisoft are becoming the new EA. Except EA are easing up now. I believe, anyway. From what I've seen. It'd be nice that if we could just all move forward to the new generation of gaming, because for what I've seen on the Xbox One and the PS4, multi-platform stuff-wise, of course I'm going to get it on the PC, but these new consoles are capable of some great things. And I wish that people would stop their venomous attitudes towards each other, developer and gamer alike. What I like about the gamer community is that they're more vocal than most communities out there. If you've done something bad, they'll let you know it, one way or the other. Ubisoft do need to apologize for everything, stirring up the controversy, and defending them defending themselves ain't gonna help their matters much either, because from what Styx found and what TheWorse found, like I said, it was contrary to what they said regarding the quality of the final product of the game. I just wish overall that we can put this matter behind us. Ubisoft acknowledges what they've done, and we can all move on and game like we did before, because I'm looking forward to what this new generation has in store. I want Ubisoft to recover from this. I've been following Ubisoft for a long time. And maybe they can continue developing and releasing great titles without any of the secrecy, with a bit more transparency and a bit more honesty towards their fans. Until then, Ubisoft really do need to take everything that happened on board to improve next time if they really want to avoid another backlash like this. Because if they do this again, if they try and play spin doctor or distort the truth, even though there's overwhelming evidence against them, they might lose a huge portion of their consumer base. And this will encourage people to pirate their games. That's not me wishing it, that's the last thing I want. But if they don't clean up their act now, that is what will happen. And should they clean up their act, maybe we could all move forward together into the new generation, consumer and developer alike, and then we'll be able to see what the future has in store for us together. And that's been my 2 cents. This has been Assad from thecoalition.com. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Until next time, I'll be seeing you.